First person to like, comment, and subscribe on this video will win $5.
Other half haven't seen since late Thursday night.
This is Herbert.
We called in because my other half haven't seen since late Thursday night.
This is Herbert Swilly. His husband Timothy Smith has been missing for over 24 hours.
They damn it look like brothers.
When deputies encountered Herbert, they began examining the scene, unaware that what seemed routine was about to escalate into an unsettling discovery.
Sheriff's office.
He's on the floor. All he's got is a shirt on and his shoes. And this is...
When officers told Herbert his husband's body had been found inside the apartment, everyone at that scene broke down. Everyone except Herbert.
He's in there, he's not okay?
Yeah.
He's really...
Yes, ma'am. I don't see any keys. His truck's here. He's been here since Friday morning some point.
On March 25th, 2023, officers from the Marion County Sheriff's Office were called to conduct a welfare check on a man inside an apartment. According to the man's husband, 57-year-old Herbert Swilly, he had been missing since the day before, had not shown up for work, and no one knew his whereabouts. Upon arriving at the scene, the officer approached Herbert, who had been waiting on the property, unaware of the horrifying scene he was about to discover.
We called in because my other half haven't seen since late Thursday night when we went to bed. He didn't show up for work yesterday. They've called, they've texted. Everybody's called and texted. We don't actually live here. This is his secondary apartment that he uses for his massage studio and other stuff. But his Jeep's been here, the girl's now saying, for almost 2 to 3 days. It hasn't moved, and we can't get a hold of him. We've called, y'all did a wellness check yesterday. They couldn't go in because I don't have a key, so they told me to get a hold of the landlord. He actually has a key.
Okay.
But they told us not to go in, that since I'm not legally on the lease or anything.
Okay.
So,
What's his name?
Timothy Floyd Smith. But it's not like him because normally he's the executive director at the Brookdale Shambrel Prank Castle, so he's very responsible about it. You know, that's his job. He does everything.
56 on it.
Sheriff's office. Sheriff's office. Sheriff's office. Sheriff's office.
While searching the apartment, the officer discovered the lifeless body of 59-year-old Timothy Smith lying on the bedroom floor. Timothy was a well-known figure in his community, as he served as the executive director of a senior living facility in Ocala, had led multiple community organizations, and was deeply involved in charity work. But at this moment, he was found deceased in his own apartment, bearing a dark mark on his neck and visible injuries across his body. The scene was disturbing on its own, yet as soon as the officer began informing Herbert of his findings, the case took a sudden and unexpected turn.
Cancel medics. Signal 7.
10-4, signal 7.
Yeah. Is he okay? He's in there, he's not okay?
Yeah. Sorry,
Well, they would have been here last night if I hadn't given out the wrong phone number. I didn't give them Jack's phone number for the landlord because I have it in as Jack in Ocala with an L. So I thought it was Jack for landlord, and it's Jack of AA that we saw at our retreat. And I gave him that number, and he called me this morning and said, Herbie, I'm not Jack's landlord, so why are you calling me? And I'm like, oh my God, I said. So I've been scrolling through it. It took me 45 minutes to find his number, and I had to find it via text. I've got to call Kevin. Kevin's the only.
When's the last time you saw him?
I went to bed on Thursday night, and I go to bed about 9:30. He finishes doing his medication. I would say about 11, I heard him get up. but that's not uncommon because he gets up and he'll go do Facebook posting for this stuff called Thrive, and he'll just relax and stuff. But I assumed he was still home, to be honest with you. I got up my regular time, 4:40. I went straight to the gym like I normally do, the Planet Fitness. I came home very quietly because if he's asleep, I try not to wake him because he doesn't have to be to work until 8 or 9. So I went in, took my shower. I left with my work trailer to go to work.
There's no way you do all this stuff and didn't check on him. Like, you're not making sense. But that's like me coming home. I leave my house, go home to the gym, come back, shower. I'm gonna peek in the room to see if my girlfriend's up or asleep, boyfriend's up, whoever. Like, bro, like, what?
I got back because I picked up all the materials, and before I went to the Villages, I figured I'd stop back by the house because I had forgot to get a change of clothes. So I stopped back by the house real quick. I went in. The bed was unmade. He wasn't in the house.
You're saying stop by the house, not here.
No, my house.
Herbert didn't show a single emotion upon learning of Timothy's death. Instead, he remained composed, speaking about the situation as if it didn't involve his own husband. Timothy and Herbert had been together for about 8 years by that point, and had even gone through the journey of getting sober from alcohol during their relationship. Yet Herbert didn't appear shaken by what had happened to his husband, and as unsettling as it may seem, his demeanor didn't change as the investigation moved forward.
This is just his
Gotcha.
massage office, our playroom and stuff like that, because that's what this was set up for, so that way we could host parties occasionally, because we have a 20-year-old daughter and he didn't want to do it at home. And so when I went home, this was out of the garage on Thursday morning before 8. This was not there, so I don't know when he left. And he wasn't there, so I went on to work, and at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon, I got a phone call from Tammy Warner at Brookdale and said that they have not seen Tim or heard from him. They've been texting all day. So that's when I told her about the apartment.
What time was that?
That was at around 4
p.m.?
Yeah. So then I drove over here. I knocked on I saw the Jeep here, so I knocked on the door and everything. And no answer, no nothing. I called the sheriff's department, and they told me not to go in since I'm not on the lease. So I went on and did that.
What? 4 o'clock? Let me interrupt you. 4 o'clock yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And you haven't seen him since Thursday?
Well, since I went to bed, because once I go to
Right.
sleep, I don't hear anything because I take a couple of sleeping pills and
Gotcha.
stuff. Because
So Thursday he was at the house at 26th Court.
yep,
Thursday morning.
he was not. Because when I went back
So
there,
you're
it was,
talking about, you mean Friday morning?
well, yeah, Friday. Sorry,
Okay.
Friday morning. Sorry, Friday morning. Yeah, getting
Okay.
confused because just kind of, yeah.
The more Herbert talked, the more suspicious he seemed. At one point, he even claimed it would be difficult to discuss the situation with the detective, yet throughout the entire investigation, no one saw any sign of that difficulty. And to the officer, this detail did not go unnoticed.
They tell you he's single seven?
Always ran something.
Yeah, no, I told him to cancel his single seven.
Are we thinking Signal 30?
Signal 37 gone bad.
190.
So Signal 5?
I don't know. So they live over off Buffington. They rent this place as a massage party playroom. Him and his husband over here. Because they don't want their daughter seeing their activities. He's on the floor. All he's got is a shirt on and his shoes. And this is, I don't know if it's a burn or like some type of asphyxiation stuff or what.
But
His phone,
so
I can't find his phone. I don't see any keys. His truck's here. He's been here since Friday morning at some point.
that's gonna be, yeah, okay.
So the landlord came. Does he get one?
Landlord being the one that's renting this thing out?
Yeah.
Did he rent
gave
it
me
to
the
this guy?
key. Yeah. He rents it to them. The first time he met them was like a week ago because they
He rents it to the husband and the,
husband.
or one of them in here, or is this some random
Yeah.
dude?
So this is husband of husband who rent this place.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's
So they-
primarily this guy apartment, even though he's saying they are legally married and all this. So it sounds like this is his spot that he goes to, and then he comes over with him, type thing.
Is there third parties involved? Or?
Yeah, so I called the wrong Jack. Jack's the landlord. So it's like, oh, can't get a hold of him and need the key. Well, the Jack that he called him back this morning was like, hey, I'm not your landlord. Why calling for the key or whatever. Then he realized he called the wrong jack, so he called the right one today. He met us over here.
Because I know that what's his name came out yesterday and couldn't get any information. We're in Unit C.
Inside the apartment, officers found no keys or personal belongings belonging to Timothy, items he surely would have had with him that night. The scene alone raised serious suspicions, but when officers followed up with Timothy's co-worker, who reported he hadn't shown up for work the day before, their suspicions only grew.
Can I talk to you?
This is Tammy.
What was your name?
Tammy Wander.
How do you know?
Tim and I have been friends for about, we work together. We've just worked together in the medical field forever. We've been close friends with Herb and Tim for 10 years or longer.
When's the last time you seen him?
Thursday.
What time was it?
We were at work together, so I think I saw him all day.
What time did he leave work?
Usually leaves around 5.
Have you talked to him since then?
No, it's what all started all this because yesterday he wasn't answering us. We were at work and he wouldn't answer anybody. So I called her to find out if he knew where he was at. And so Herb came over and tried to knock. I come over and knocked.
When were you here?
I was here this morning. I came this morning hoping maybe he would open the door.
What time were you here?
Probably about 9:30. He's really dead.
Yes, ma'am.
Tammy seemed more unsettled by the situation than Timothy's own husband, who, throughout the entire investigation, only raised more concerns with his behavior.
Is this primarily his place? Is that why you didn't have a key?
This is not a primary residence.
No, I mean...
No,
His-
I have a key, but my daughter thinks he took it off the key ring at the beginning of the week because when he goes and plays, he wants the key, so that way he's not over here using it. So I have a key, but I think it's with his stuff here.
Okay.
Because when he goes and plays during the week, he takes the key
Gotcha.
because he doesn't want me in a
Bro, what type of Diddy, like, bruh?
restaurant. And his thing to me tells me I'm doing a massage. So I know what it means and I let it go and, you know.
Is the keys to the Jeep on a lanyard or anything?
They're usually in a black bag that he keeps on his shoulder, and it just goes in there because it works on a fob. He doesn't keep them in his pocket.
Okay. So he just holds the bag and pushes the button.
Well, he holds the bag and he just touches it, and
Yeah.
I can tell you now, he won't even keep a key in his pocket hardly at all. And I know for a fact his gun is not in the black bag because it's sitting on the dresser at the house.
Okay.
Me and the daughter came over, knocked on the door last night. I took that gun out because that was my gun.
So the Jeep was unlocked?
No, the Jeep was locked. I came last night with my key. I have a set of keys at home for it.
Gotcha.
I just didn't bring them now because
Yeah.
I didn't think about it. But we came last night just because Candy made a point to me, not you. Friend Candy said, she says, do you have a gun in the Jeep or anything? Does he? I said, yes. She said, well, you shouldn't leave it there unsecured because it's in your name. So we came by last night. We even beat on the door after the officer just to see if we could get a hold of it one more time. And we got nothing. But I put that gun on the dining room table just so it wasn't here.
What time were y'all here?
It was probably around 9-ish.
Okay.
Or actually had to be before 9. He was probably in the best shape he's ever been.
Absolutely.
He's probably been in the best shape he's ever been life-wise because, I mean, he took care of himself healthy-wise, and so did I, especially after we quit drinking.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 3 years is a mile mark for as much as we drank. And neither one of us ever did any, you know, we tried it but didn't like it. It wasn't our cup of tea.
Sergeant Simpson.
All right. According to Herbert, he and his daughter Jordan had gone to the apartment the night before. Strangely, he claimed he didn't find Timothy inside, even though he admitted he had a key. At that point in the investigation, the statement was suspicious enough on its own, but it would later prove to reveal far more than Herbert intended. Officers continued processing the scene, searching for any piece of evidence that could shed light on the case. But it was when one of the officers spoke with Timothy's neighbor that everything changed.
Hello, sure. Okay. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. Are you Stuart?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know your neighbor over here at all?
Not really,
Okay.
but my landlord called me a little bit ago and told me what happened.
Okay. Is that your Ring camera out front? Okay. Would our detective be able to see the footage from yesterday if they need to?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
I looked when he asked me about it, and the way that it's angled, I
Bro,
can
so
get-
everybody that live over there is sus. Like, do you see how he's shaking his hand up to like get the water off? Like, not saying I got nothing against GAY people, but I just think that's the neighborhood.
see the tail end of his Jeep,
Okay.
and that's about it.
Okay.
It looks like he arrived there yesterday about 2:30 in the morning. Between 2:30 and 3:30.
Yesterday, the 24th?
Yeah, it'd be early the 24th. Yeah.
Okay.
And then that's it, other than the morning when the guy on the motorcycle, no idea who that is, but he showed up in the morning sometime. Actually, it was not in the morning, it was...
Bro, what is going on?
the afternoon, it looks like 4:13 is when he pulled in. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, they'll probably be in touch with you. He's got it. His camera went off when he got here at 2:30 in the morning yesterday, and then the only other thing he said he saw was that he pulled up at 4:15 yesterday afternoon, which is when he called the blood insurance. Well, he told me that the coworker called at 4 and said, hey, I haven't been able to get a hold of him. So I think he came here before.
He said he came at 9 too, but it's not sure 9 o'clock like that.
Oh, I don't know. He didn't. Maybe he was just looking in between. You can text those videos?
Yeah.
Did it go off around 9:30 last night?
9:30?
I'm sorry, 8:30 or 9 o'clock?
So there's two videos. It didn't actually capture him pulling in, but there was an alert because a cat walked in front of it at 2:30, and then again at around 3:30.
Okay.
And the Jeep appeared between
those times.
two
Okay.
times.
The autopsy revealed he had been given diphenhydramine at a dose nearly 30 times higher than the normal therapeutic level. The marks on his neck also indicated he had been assaulted with a ligature, an attack that fractured his cervical spine.
What the fuck is a ligature?
As the investigation progressed and Herbert faced more intense questioning about what had happened to his husband, he stopped cooperating with officers, stating he would only speak if granted prosecutorial immunity, something that only deepened investigators' suspicions. Cell phone location data also placed Herbert with Timothy's Jeep at key moments. Detectives further discovered that Herbert stood to inherit a fortune worth $381,000 in life insurance and retirement funds in the event of Timothy's death, which later proved to be the reason behind the crime. Because although Herbert had portrayed their relationship as long-lasting and stable, it was actually deteriorating. Timothy had been
He did that for some fucking life insurance money.
planning to move to DeLand, Florida, and start a new job without Herbert, who was financially dependent on him. The evidence against Herbert was overwhelming, and despite his efforts to present himself as innocent, there was nowhere left to run.
Do you want it back here?
Yeah.
What car? This one?
Yeah.
I'm not patting him down other than the other wall right here. Let him pat him down.
You spread your feet apart, money.
Take his boots off. Slip your boots on.
Hold on 1 second.
Just stand right here. Slip your boots off.
Well, I'm going to fall backwards.
You're not going to fall back.
All right.
He really killed them over some money.
All right, let's have a seat.
Stop. Sit down. Watch your knee. Scoot sideways.
I didn't find a wallet. He didn't have a wallet in his pocket.
Herbert was arrested on November 3rd of that same year, but even before sentencing, more evidence surfaced against him. According to his daughter, Jordan, Herbert had encouraged her to lie about what she remembered. On the afternoon before Timothy's death was discovered, Herbert had asked her to drive him to the apartment, and once there, he retrieved a gun from Timothy's Jeep, a detail that directly
Now, if you think about it, he took the gun away so that the other dude that did pass away wouldn't kill him.
contradicted his claim that he had gone there simply to look for his husband. Although Herbert's attorneys argued that DNA evidence from the scene pointed to other men, it wasn't enough to outweigh the mountain of evidence against him. In the end, Herbert was found guilty of premeditated first-degree murder, sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, and credited for 687 days of time served.
God,
You're good.
He's a bot.